What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, a story that happened this past Saturday out there in Cleveland, Ohio, shout out, and it involves an Amazon Flex driver. For a lot of you guys that don't know what Amazon Flex drivers are, these are people that work for Amazon. They don't directly drive the vehicle, you know, that blue Amazon vans that we see going around here, but they drive their own vehicle, work part-time a lot of times, and they wear the Amazon vest and help Amazon with making deliveries as well. Even though they don't drive the Amazon van and they work part-time, they are still considered Amazon employees. Should be treated with respect all the same. This past Saturday out there in Cleveland, like I was saying, in the Cleveland neighborhood, a 17-year-old boy tried to take a car from an Amazon Flex driver and was shot to death and lost his life. Now, I'm going to play this video and show this to you. Then when we come back, we're going to talk about it because there's a couple of things I want to mention that, you know, I probably never mentioned before in these carjacking videos with these teens and stuff. But this kid had no priors. So what would prompt this child to do this? Take a look. We'll come back and talk about it.
Who is the teen that tried to carjack an Amazon driver? That decision turned out to be a deadly one. 19 News did some digging into his past. First at 4, Harry Boomer here live with what he uncovered. Harry.
Well, you know, guys, carjackings are often crimes of opportunity. People see a chance to take a vehicle and they go for it. Sadly, that happened here and it ended up being fatal.
Don't try to take stuff, especially around here. You never know who has a gun.
The driver of this Amazon vehicle did, and according to Cleveland police, it appears he used it to protect himself and to stop a potential carjacking. 17-year-old Alquin Wells died from the shots fired by the Amazon driver. CPD also says that during the incident, Wells drove away in the Amazon delivery vehicle and crashed it a short time later. He died on scene. We did some digging, and according to the Cuyahoga County Juvenile Court, Alquin Wells had no delinquencies. He had no traffic violations or unruly conduct. No record at all. The deadly shooting happened around 4 Saturday afternoon at the roundabout at West 48th and Franklin. It's a busy intersection traffic-wise where people ride their bikes and push their babies and strollers and go for walks seemingly without fear.
The driver apparently had a gun. We don't know if it was licensed or not, and that person felt the need to kill someone for carjacking. That's not a capital offense.
It's so random. It's so unlikely in this right here where we are. The deceased person could be somebody that we see walking down the street every day. Who knows? You know, and you know, I guess the Amazon driver did whatever was necessary to protect him or herself, but it's a stunningly sad situation all the way around.
Amazon Flex driver, one who uses their own vehicle to deliver packages, has not been identified. Cleveland police are still investigating. Here in Ohio City at West 48th and Franklin, I'm Harry Boomer, 19 News.
Guys, that's the story of a 17-year-old Alquin Wells. And I wonder what makes kids do this. I mean, I have an idea, but I mean, think about that stuff. I'm talking about two things real fast. First thing it said, he didn't have a record, had no priors, never been in real trouble. Basically, that's what they say. Supposedly he was by himself. What makes somebody do that? Kids watch and play video games like everybody else. But I think it's a little bit more than that prompts them to do this stuff. Sometimes you could be a good kid and hang out with bad ones and come under the influence. Either way, it didn't say if he was armed or not. So the way I'm looking at this, I'm thinking when she got out the car, he saw it, opportunity to jump in the car. He went and jumped in the car, tried to drive away. Whoever the driver was, pulled out a gun and shot multiple times, striking him. Then he crashed the car and died on scene. It's unfortunate, and it didn't have to happen. I told you, every day we wake up with chances and choices. Chances to be better than we was the day before, and the choice of whether we want to act upon that option. For some odd reason, this young man felt as though he wanted to take a car that he know he couldn't keep. And that's the thing, these people be stealing these cars and stuff like that. A joyride is not worth prison time. You take this car, ain't like you can keep it. It's going to get tracked, and if you're the one behind the wheel, you're busted. And if anybody else knows you got it and then you let them drive, they're going to tell on you. So why even put yourself in a position to just have a whole totally messed up day? This is one of the things I don't understand, man. It's like nobody thinks no more. We just act. We just act. When we were younger, and a lot of you guys are my age out there, you remember this. Regardless of what we did, we knew if we got caught, it was going to get back to people that were greater than us, meaning our parents, and we would have some explaining to do. Nowadays, it seems like the way people are doing crimes and some of the craziness and boldness they're doing, they don't have nobody to answer to once they get caught. And if you get caught, you're either going to get a slap on the wrist or just cussed out. That don't scare nobody. And it doesn't deter people from doing crazy stuff. That's why I think one of the reasons why it's a rise in crime right now, because it's nobody that, has a real fearful respect of a parent. A lot of people don't like saying, hey, talking about single mothers and stuff. I seen a video yesterday, right, where it's a 15-year-old boy. And it was a police video. He threatened to stab his sister, his older sister. Then she tried to push him out the door to make him go to school. All this because he didn't want to go to school. I got a headache. I don't feel like going to school. She's doing what older sisters do. Hey, get dressed and get out and go to school. She go to push him out the door. He 2 pieces her in the face, bust her nose and everything. Then takes a knife. Little brother comes up and tries to stop him. He hits the little brother. They call the police on him. Mother there and everything, call the police on him. He goes and gets arrested. He falls on the ground and screams like a 5-year-old kid at the top of his lungs, "Mommy, mommy," grabbing her legs and all this other stuff. It's the craziest thing. They do this crazy stuff, and then they revert back to their childhood thing once they get put in a position where, okay, this is real and you're really going to jail. I don't understand this whole situation. You're doing stuff that can put you in imminent danger. You can either get shot by police, shot by the person you victimizing, or just taken out of here, and your whole way of life, regardless of you taking advantage of it or not, is changed for the worse. If you have a kid and you warn them of the dangers and show them up close through examples of others that are their age in a way where you say, this could have happened to you, and they start to see it in their mind, then they can understand. But when there's nobody around to teach them that type of stuff, you get stuff such as this. Nobody knows what made this young man, Alquin Wells, lose his life. But it was a decision he ultimately made, and it was something that he wanted to do. And it cost him everything. Did you hear the guy say, hey, carjacking is a crime of opportunity? You know what else is a opportunity? With him, the opportunities were endless. He could have been home doing something. He could have been in the park playing basketball with friends. He could have been doing something else. He had the opportunity to do something else. That's the big thing. We always have opportunities, whether it's to do wrong, do right, to do this and not do that, and vice versa. It's always an opportunity. When you get crazy thoughts in your head, you have the opportunity to push them out and think about something else. It's sad. And they never said that the driver got arrested or anything. And you heard the people talking about the situation. They were like, in so many words, you've got a right to protect what's yours. And that's true. This person's a flex Amazon driver. You know how hard it is to get jobs right now? A lot of people that work for Flex, that's the only job they have. It's almost like DoorDash. A lot of people drive DoorDash for a living, and they got to work their ass to the bone just to get enough money sometimes to even keep going. And these type of jobs eat your car up. So you know that car is a valuable asset in bringing income into the house for that person, but a young kid don't know that, and they come up and jump into the situation of somebody else's despair where they got to fight to even stay alive in a rat race. And here comes some kid that can go home and be fed, and they got to worry about adult problems. You know what I'm saying? Come and somebody that's in the struggle to fight what little they got, take your life. You got to think about that, young people. There are a lot of us out here, man, that barely got a grip on what we have. And for you to come and take stuff or try to run off on something that you can't even use. I mean, he's 17 years old. It ain't like that taking that car was a valuable thing for him the rest of his life. He probably didn't even have a license. You're around the time when you're supposed to be trying to get your license and everything else. This whole thing is messed up, man. And this is the bad thing about it. He can't learn from this mistake. He taught the ultimate lesson. Total darkness and death. All account because that was the opportunity he took. It was a poor opportunity and a poor choice. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.